Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode here of the Shenanigang SMP. In the last episode, we started working on the mega castle build and we got this far, and honestly, I'm still so very proud of the way that these two towers turned up. I just think that they just look so incredible. And today we are going to continue that. Now, I think the plan that I would like to get to today, and this is kind of going to be a very interesting one. I don't know if I'll be able to do this or not. I would like to completely finish decorating the entirety of the outside of the castle here. That includes all the walls here, all of the towers that are going to go on these little pillars here, and again all of the side walls and all of the decorations that are going to go on this little layer right here. I want to try and finish everything, so if this video comes out late and is super long, yeah, that's kind of why. Now I think the best place to start off is to quickly do a time lapse and finish off decorating all of the towers here the same way that we did this one over here, using the blackstone, the polished blackstone, and the deep slate tiles. And then that way we can come back and go ahead and start decorating the actual side over here with you guys, and of course building the towers. And hopefully it's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully it doesn't take too long. Oh, please don't take too long. Oh yeah, it is looking a lot better to see more towers built up. I absolutely love the way that it looks. This is going great so far. So the next thing that I would like to work on is actually the two smaller towers right here. Now, what I'm kind of thinking is, rather than having them be as wide as this one and as detailed, because this one you have like the buttons and the stairs and things like that, I might make this one a little bit less detailed, but also it's going to be a lot smaller as well. Now, because this tower and the one over here are actually completely different sizes, you can see this one's kind of more of a perfect square and this one's a bit of a almost like a diamond shape. We are going to be making them completely different. So that's also another thing as well, is that they're not going to be, all squares like this one is. Now, the block palette that I would like to use is actually going to be different. Now, as you guys might know, I'm trying to get better at like mixing building styles, so not just using like the same theme for the entire build. And that's going to be the same for here. Now, for this one, I would actually like to use the deep slate tiles, like kind of what we were using for the bottom there. Use the deep slate bricks here, and then actually use some calcite. You guys might know I've been really enjoying calcite lately, and I'm kind of excited to use it here. Okay, what about something like that? It's nice and simple. I actually kind of like that. Yeah, it's a little bit more simple, nothing too crazy. I did like actually the roof up here. I kind of made a miniature version of what we did right here, kind of just right there, and honestly it doesn't look bad, although maybe I didn't do this for this one, but I did do it for these. But maybe we do put the fence post right there, because I actually think that that looks a lot better. Yeah, just a little bit of detail right there. I think that that makes it look a lot nicer. And that's the second tower right behind me done. I really do like that. And one thing that I actually like about not just this tower, but this tower over here, is that it's so completely different from the towers right beside it, which I really, really like, which actually brings me to the next thing. Now, the next thing that I want to work on is the actual walls itself. Now, the tower is going to be something that we work on in just a little bit. But basically what we're going to do is the tower here, the pillar is going to be actually kind of similar to what we did over here, where the base of the pillar here is going to be different from the top up here. We're going to be doing something similar here, except we're also going to be worrying about the walls leading up to it. Now that's going to be as well said for the side over here. Now what I'm kind of wanting to do is actually slowly transition it from the kind of blackstone here into a lighter tone. Now the blocks I'm going to be using are deep slate bricks, deep slate tiles, basalt, and actually cobbled deep slate. Now kind of what I'm thinking of doing is, because we actually have some deep slate tiles right here, I actually kind of want to start off by making the tower go from maybe deep slate bricks and tiles kind of starting over to here, then slowly transition into the cobbled deep slate and then maybe deep slate bricks again. So it's going to kind of go something like this. So we'll start off with the deep slate tiles over here, move into the deep slate bricks, and then move into cobbled deep slate, and then move into basalt. Now I'm thinking I want this one here to be made out of mostly basalt, and maybe, I don't know what the second block is, but I know I want it to be basalt, and I kind of wanted to slowly transition into that, and then from here slowly transition back into this over here. So it's going to kind of go backwards as well. Okay, so something kind of like this is kind of ultimately what I wanted. So you can kind of see I start off by transitioning it from the blackstone into the deep slate tile slash the deep slate brick, and then slowly transition it to now just over here, which is the deep slate tile and just the deep slate brick. And then as we get over here, it's more just deep slate brick with a little bit of tile left over. And then on this one, it's where it really starts to kind of see a little bit more, although maybe we do a little bit more of this on the bottom here. This is kind of where the deep slate, the polished basalt and the cobbled deep slate start making it in. And then this one here, it's like kind of half and half. And then by this point here, it's mostly the polished basalt and cobbled deep slate. I don't know why I just forgot that. And then honestly, I'm kind of thinking maybe we just make the entire tower right here just be that. Like, would that be the worst thing in the world, as if we made like this slowly ease into this part of the tower here? Because I actually really like the way that that looks here. Maybe we try it. Alrighty, what do we think? Because honestly, it's not that bad. I don't know if that's kind of what I envisioned. So I think one thing I did do as well, by the way, that I did add a couple bits of the normal deep slate, like the normal one that you get, like, you know, that you see in a normal Minecraft world. I did add some of that here. I think it just looks really nice. And honestly, it's pretty simple. Yeah. But one thing that I really like is that it's still kind of in the dark theme, but it's not like the same colors as the pure black of the blackstone, right? Like it's kind of like a nice lighter gray, which honestly, I really, really like. I think it just looks insanely cool. Now, the next thing that I want to do before I go ahead and, you know, time lapse me doing the entire thing on the side is actually something right here. Now, originally, I actually didn't know what I wanted to do with this area. I'm not going to lie. But one thing that I've been doing is sometimes when I join Pine's live stream, which I say sometimes, it's almost every single time, he will challenge me to a duel. I don't know why he thinks I'm like some amazing god at PvP. I'm literally a Minecraft builder, but every time we've been doing it on the side of the mountain right there. You can actually see like the chest and the shulker boxes and stuff in the workbench. And he actually had an idea. He was making a joke about making a big gladiator pit thing or whatever, like a fighting arena inside of the thing right here, you know, underneath this entire cobblestone thing. And I thought, why don't we do that? I don't have any plans at the bottom of the castle, so why don't we do that? So why don't we make a giant entrance like right here, right? And then eventually I can take down this entire cobblestone wall right here, and then we'll have a nice big, actually, maybe we don't even get rid of the cobblestone wall, because like, you know how in like the convention centers and things like that, you have like the back rooms area, and like, you know, you can kind of walk all the way around. So then maybe we'll have that, and then we have like the big entrance right here. I think could be kind of cool. And then yeah, this could be the actual, like, you know, gladiator room or whatever. I think that actually looks kind of cool. So I think what I'm gonna do is use the oxidized copper here, kind of like I did for the gate right here on the bottom. I actually really like the way I did that, except instead of using smooth stone, it's just gonna be entirely the copper. And then what I think I'm gonna do is be just a little bit lazy, and instead I'm gonna bring this out by 2 instead, because I like the idea of having it extend out by 1. And that way, rather than having to break this cobblestone here, I can just place all the things on the outside here. Saves me some time, and honestly, time is of the essence, kind of. Not really. I don't know why I'm doing this. Yeah, that's not bad. It kind of matches kind of what we did with this wall over here, except we need to do something up the top. And here we have it. Nothing too fancy, just kind of like a wood platform here. What we're probably going to do, honestly, is probably make this like some sort of garden in the middle right here. I'm kind of feeling like making this like one massive, almost like garden thing, like I was just saying, which we will get to in just a moment, or probably a few moments for you, probably many moments for me, because I don't know when I'm going to start doing the decorating of the interior yet. But this actually is looking really nice so far. If I actually just quickly look at it from afar, like I'm going to kind of just look at it as if I was going towards my little gaming space. Oh yeah. Oh, that's looking so much better, guys. Now, I never do this, but just to show you guys and kind of show me what it looks like, this is what we started off with. It's like already like a world of difference. So this is before I even did like the decorating of these pillars here, the towers on these and on the small ones here, right? Like we're not even done with the other side over here yet, but even just like what we have like right here, like this is what it looks like before I started this video, and this is what it looks like now. Wow, that makes such a difference. Oh, holy. So now that we know what the walls are going to look like and the two mini pillars over here are going to look like, I'm going to lock in with another time lapse and hopefully finish the entire thing. I'm hoping that it's gonna be, I'm actually so excited now after seeing the before and the after. I'm really excited to see what the entire thing is gonna look like. I hope that you guys are as well, because man, oh man, I'm so excited. And that is the final product right there. I absolutely love the way that this looks. We can quickly look at the sides over here. Even on the flat walls right here, it still actually looks like really nice. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it actually is. Yeah, I really am a fan. Now, the next thing that I want to do is actually start working on the layer right up here. Now, kind of what I want to do is this is going to be the actual castle. So this is where the castle will start to go up. But I actually want to build a layer right here. Now, one thing that I really liked actually was actually the front over here. I really like how we have some spruce right there, right? It kind of brings it back down from the towers. And I want to do something similar to that. Now, on this layer kind of in between the castle and the walls right here, I'm kind of thinking, so on this side over here, we're going to have like a garden, like we said. I'm thinking of doing like maybe moss blocks here, and then we can like bone meal to make it look lively. I kind of want to do that in some spots, but not all of them. So I'm kind of thinking like, kind of like right here where there's only 3 blocks, or like, you know, not as much space. I think we're going to do kind of like a garden thing right here. But then what I want to do is from each tower here to here, and then especially from this tower to this tower right here, and then from this one to this one, I kind of want to do like a bit of a walkway. So I have some wood here. Kind of what I'm thinking of doing is I want to put a layer here of wood like this, right? And then this is kind of like a little bit of a walkway. Now, kind of what I think we should do is maybe do like fence posts right here. And then maybe for the roof up here, we can do something. Maybe, what if we do like trapdoors here and a trapdoor there, and then we do a slab there, and it's kind of like a small one. You see, I actually like that, but I think we need to make it slightly taller. So I think we'll do the slabs there, I think, or yeah, we need to do it actually on this one right here. I think something kind of like that could be really cool. And this is what it looks like from the bottom. I think we're kind of missing something. I think something like that definitely helps, although maybe we do the trapdoor then going on top like that, I think could help it. Yeah, so I think something like that definitely helps. And then the next thing, yeah, something like that. I don't know really exactly what that is. It's kind of just like a random piece of wood there, but I really actually like that a lot more. And if we look at just this side right here, if we quickly look at it from the other side over here, you can kind of see just kind of how boring it is now, right? So yeah, I think I want to add kind of like little walkways in between each tower like that. Okay, so here is what I have so far. I kind of have a giant little walk path going all the way around. Now, I don't have it connecting to the towers over here, and that's kind of because I don't really know how to connect them. But honestly, I kind of think that that's okay, because I kind of want the ones in the back to be more, I guess, connected, if that makes sense, because these are so close to each other. And realistically, like, I don't know, I think just realistically, like, we don't really need to have it going all the way around. Plus, it honestly kind of looks cool that the front half, because you have to think, we're also to imagine having a giant like build here, and it would be kind of cool to have like the front half here be mostly the moss blocks, which I'll get to in a second. Or like, I say moss blocks, but like, you know, kind of like the garden thing, you know what I'm saying? And then the back area over here is kind of more like walk path, more for like the security and things like that. That's kind of like the theme that I'm going for with this like area. Now, unfortunately, this is all the moss that I have to actually build with. I need to quickly go ahead and farm some, but kind of what I'm thinking is with this small area right here, the idea is that I'm gonna kind of be like just placing it in like this, and then eventually I will be going in and bone mealing it. But you know, that way we just have some greenery. And then again, you have to consider as well that like if we have some towers up here, we want to be able to look down and see some greenery right here, which I think will be really nice. So the idea that I have is I kind of want to wrap the entire thing over here around with the wood still, and then in between this is where I actually want to build up the moss right here. Now it's gonna look a little bit weird having it go against the cobblestone, but again, we have to kind of imagine that at some point we are going to have a massive, well, it's probably not going to be wood, but you know, we're going to have like a massive like castle in similar to the blocks that we use for there, and the wall kind of being like right on top of this cobblestone. So in reality, this will just kind of be flush against the wall right here, and it will be kind of flush up against the wall. And this is actually why I'm choosing moss blocks over grass blocks. A, I do want to differentiate for the top area from the bottom area here, but also B, I want to be able to use some like moss variants of blocks at the bottom of some of them right here, and then that way it looks like we can transition from slowly moss at the bottom to then like, you know, slowly transitioning out of it, but there's still some here, and then the top is like fully like normal. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but if I want to do that, then we have all the moss here to be able to do that, if that makes sense. Alrighty, this is what we have now, and honestly, it's actually not that bad. So I decided to start bone milling it as well. I actually hid some under, I don't know if I can find them now. Yeah, I hid some of these sea lanterns underneath. That way I don't have to put anything like any lanterns here. I really like this. Now it's kind of going to be hard because we don't have the giant castle like actually built yet. It's kind of, it looks a little bit weird, honestly, how we have a giant like cobblestone thing in the middle here. But like I said, once we start actually getting the castle built and stuff like that, I think it's just going to look so much nicer. I am so proud to see how much we've actually done. Like, it's actually just incredible what we were able to do. And like, oh man, I'm so happy with the way that this looks now. Like, it actually looks like it's actually a castle now, which is, oh man, I'm so excited. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the end of today's video here on the Shenanigang SMP. I absolutely love the way that this is coming along so far. I'm just, oh, I'm so excited. You can see I outlined where the actual castle will go with the black stone just to make it a little bit easier. But man, I absolutely love the way that this looks so far. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think of this build? Do you guys think I'm getting better at building? And I don't know, do you guys think that this is maybe one of the best builds on the Shenanigang? I don't know, maybe just saying. But with that being said, everybody, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, consider leaving a like and smashing that subscribe button. At the time of recording, we are only 9 subscribers away from 550 subscribers, which is my end of year subscriber goal. So if you could subscribe, if you aren't already, that would really mean the world to me. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next episode of the Shenanigang SMP.